Are you brave enough to let go of the one listening to this? Are you brave enough to contemplate your non-existence? Don't worry. You'll never not exist. That which is, and always will be. Because isness, or beingness, presence, they exist outside of time. This is where you can come in contact with your own timeless nature. But are you brave enough to step into it? I remember during some of my meditations encountering this boundlessness and being quite frightened. It felt like stepping off into abyss. It felt like free fall, in which there's no ground. But then there was a point at which I said, screw it. And I let go completely. And I was caught. Not caught by anything, but I mean, there was a realization that there was nothing to be fearful of, because I was just encountering my true self. I was just encountering pure being. Not as a separate individual looking at it, but coming into direct contact with it, becoming it, dissolving into it. That's probably the best way to put it. In one of my meditations, this was probably maybe a year ago, shortly after my youngest brother died, where I said, F it. Worst thing that happens is I go where Jake is. Jake was my youngest brother. And so I let go. It was the final unraveling, the final evaporation in the belief of a separate identity known as Chris. And all the fear that built up as I was approaching my own boundless nature completely evaporated along with the sense of separation, the sense of individuality. Those things were apparently tethered to each other. And I couldn't see it. I couldn't see that until I got to the other side of it. I got to the perspective in which everything is just the self. This was my liberation. It wasn't my liberation personally, it was me discovering the boundless nature of reality that we all share. But if you are brave enough to take that final step, oftentimes it takes great tragedy or extreme discontentment with life a big effort to truly step out of conceptual reality and into our own boundlessness. I'm telling you now, because I'm speaking it to you from here, from that place, that there's nothing to fear. Your fear is tied to your concepts. And when those concepts are fully given up, you step fully outside of them. The fear evaporates along with them. And what remains is boundless peace. A sort of joy that isn't tethered to anything. A love and compassion for all things that isn't tied to anything. The love that I feel for you and for anything isn't conditional upon you or anything. It's just what is. Can you sense where I'm speaking to you from? I encourage you to overcome your fear and step into it. There's nothing special about me. There's nothing great or grandiose about this person that you're looking at. The beingness that's here speaking to you is completely outside of the person you're looking at. It's the beingness that's in you listening to this right now. I encourage you to let go. I promise you it'll be the greatest thing you'll ever do. And then life then becomes untethered. Becomes unconditional. Unconditionally enjoyed and loved, regardless of apparent happenings. You deserve this, because it's your fundamental nature. The fundamental nature of all it is. What keeps you from experiencing life in this way is just your concepts. If you've watched my previous videos, you've heard me say the distance between you and your fully liberated, enlightened self is the width of a thought. What is the width of a thought? No distance. You can be given all the answers, and they'll appear to you only conceptually. You need to step into it if you want to truly experience it. Truly experience what already is, but in an undiluted, unrefracted way. The radiant nature of existence is pure and undivided. Who and what you are is this pure, undivided radiance of existence, pure being, of radiant aliveness. It isn't conditional upon anything that happens within it. Are you brave enough to let go of your concepts and step into your true nature?